Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield, this is Tiger Talk. Tonight's show is brought to you by Harpo's Bar and Grill, the host location of all Mizzou Tiger Talks and downtown Columbia staple for over 50 years. And by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Now live from Harpo's, here's your host, the voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly.
From Harpo's in downtown Columbia. The coach is alongside. He'll be with us until the bottom of the hour. Between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, we're going to introduce you to a young man named Josiah Trotter will be here. And also a running back by the name of Jamal Roberts will be in the house as well. That's coming up between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Coach is alongside his team coming off of a 29-20 win to open SEC play against South Carolina. For the third consecutive season, Missouri's off to a 4-0 start. How about that, folks? Now ranked number 20 according to the Associated Press. Number 19 according to those coaches who are a little bit smarter than the writers, it seems like.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one.
17th consecutive sellout awaits coming up on Saturday at Faurot Field for the 114th edition of Homecoming at Old Mizzou as Missouri hosts UMass beginning at 6:30. So lots to talk about on the show with the head coach. We're glad you're here at Harpo's tonight. You called it today, the win against South Carolina, a gutsy victory.
Yeah.
And it was. Elaborate on it.
Well, I just think it took a lot for us to get it. You know, there was a lot of ups and downs in the game. Obviously, we miss an extra point, which is never good. They score on kind of a fluke play. We end up kicking field goals. We're down at halftime. We're down to start the fourth quarter. But our guys never really flinched. They just kept playing together. We knew we were going to come out. You know, our offensive line really kind of wore them out to rush for that many yards. And then obviously our defense held them to -9 yards rushing. It was really good to see our defense and offense play together in the fourth quarter. We scored 11. They scored 0. And then special teams hits the game winner. Just a gutsy win. That's the way to describe it.
Complementary football, the ability to run the football on one side, particularly in the second half, the ability to control the line of scrimmage on the defensive side, huge dividends for your team.
Yeah, it allows you, especially in this league, to stay in the game and really control the game when you need to. If you can grind out first downs and then, have the ability to keep people from getting first downs. Our third down defense is really good. So we were able to stop the run and force them into third and longs and really, get off the field. How good was Josiah Trotter? I mean, he played unbelievable.
He was fantastic.
Yeah, there was a comment about that we paid a lot of money for him, and I would say that was money well spent.
I would say that was money well spent.
Good investment there.
Josiah, we're blessed to have you, brother.
Oh, I didn't even see him there. Yeah. Hey, me and him will split the tab tonight since he got so much money. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Should we go?
Yeah.
Drinks on drink. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Everybody in favor of that?
Yeah.
A couple of guys already lined up at the bar.
Well, the homecoming skits are tonight, so we don't have as many students. So we, the faithful that are here, let's buy their drinks.
But if we go for 2.5 hours, Chuck says that they will be here at 9:30.
Yeah, we are not going for 2.5.
You cannot.
No.
You can barely get 30 minutes with me in there.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind you. I'm just not going to leave the tab open that long.
Got it. Got to talk about your running back once again. I mean, you had three guys that were very productive running the football. Jamal, obviously, Bo made a couple of big first down runs in the second half. But we have to talk about Ahmad Hardy. 138 yards rushing, 118 after initial contact. I mean, it's just phenomenal seeing what he does.
It's BYOB, be your own blocker.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he is. He makes a lot of people miss. But I'm going to tell you this. Here's the stat that nobody talks about. Jamal Roberts actually averages more yards per carry than Ahmad Hardy. And so Jamal was really the difference maker that came into the game. And obviously the last touchdown run was a big-time play for us. And he made two people miss tackles and did an excellent job of not extending the ball at the goal line, but just finishing through that. So really proud of both of them. And, look, you don't rush for 286 yards if you don't have a really good offensive line. Right. But even more important are tight ends. I think both those guys at the point of contact, at the point of attack, Jordan Harris and Brett Norfleet are as good as I've been around.
And both of them, if you look at their development, particularly in blocking since they arrived, that's
the one area. Couldn't block anybody.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, just in terms of their frames too, what they've been able to add and working with Coach Russ.
Yeah, no, I mean, Jordan Harris, this is his third year.
Yeah.
He's only been playing football 4 years.
Right.
He played his senior year at Pine Bluff. And then obviously Brett, he's a naturally gifted player, but has faced some injuries. And so for him to be fully healthy has been really awesome. And, I just keep asking Kirby, can we throw the ball a little bit further down the field? He made that big-time catch. Like, do we have any routes besides nakeds that we can just kind of push the ball down the field? Kirby tells me to stay in my lane,
How do you react to that when you're told to stay in your lane?
He doesn't say that. Kirby doesn't say that. Kirby wouldn't say that.
Back to Ahmad just for a little bit, because you got to go back, and I think this is a correct number. I think you got to go back to 1969 to find a running back that's been as productive over the first 4 games of the season as Ahmad has been. That's going back to Joe Moore, who through 5 games had 610 yards rushing. Ahmad's sitting at 600 yards rushing through the first 4 games. So, off to a great start. Before we end this segment, I want to talk about your offensive line, and in particular, after the game, you went onto the field, and before you even shook the hand of Shane Beamer, you gave 2 high fives to Javen Richardson.
Yeah.
And the job that he did.
Yeah, just really, really proud of the young man. I mean, he started all spring, all summer, all fall camp, and a week before camp, we made a decision that we felt like we could be a different starting lineup and be pretty good. And he could have pouted, he could have hung his head, but he didn't. He stayed ready. He worked. He embraced his role. He put the team first. And on Wednesday we had a just an unfortunate accident. On Thursday we had a walkthrough. And on Thursday night at 10 o'clock, I got a phone call that said, hey, we're going to have a little bit of a cleanup surgery here on Caden. So Javen didn't know he was playing until Friday morning. And for him to go in there against some really, really good players and to play as well as he did. Now, there's a lot of things he's got to get better at. But to play as well as he did and not to be a liability, he deserved and earned a game ball.
Which is fantastic, but moving forward as a staff, right? Mm-hmm. Seeing him perform the way he did on that stage, what does it give you in terms of options moving forward, particularly at the offensive line? Because here's a guy that can play both right tackle and left tackle.
Well, I mean, the first option is we got to figure out who's going to play versus UMass,
right.
and then once we get Caden back, we'll figure all that stuff out. But right now, it's really just one day at a time, one game at a time. I talked about the biggest challenge for us is really not to have relief syndrome. Mm-hmm. It's not to feel like just because we beat South Carolina, then that means we can take a breath. We got to continue to trust in the process. Not lose focus, not lose intensity, but instead pick up our intensity and focus because, I talked to our staff about when you're going around the curve, you can either let up or you can accelerate through. And when you accelerate through the curve, you create momentum for the straight ahead. And we got a straight ahead coming along. So we really need to accelerate through the curve right now. And that's the challenge because human nature is to let up, to take a breath, to lose focus, to think because you've gotten to the top of Everest, the way down is going to be easy. That is not how life works. More people die on the way down than they do on the way up. So we got to make sure we maintain our focus and not let human nature overtake what we're trying to accomplish as a team.
See, Eliah Drinkwitz and I'm Mike Kelly. We're at Harpo's in downtown Columbia. Mizzou Athletics would like to thank its premier partners of the Diamond Club, MU Healthcare, Shelter Insurance, and Multiply Credit Union. We're back to Harpo's after this on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The most powerful ideas come from understanding. By asking what's important here. At Great Southern Bank, we start by asking our customers to find out how we're doing and what they really need. Then we get to work, making banking easier and more effective, financing more flexible, and our communities better places to live. It's an ongoing team effort to keep improving how we serve our neighbors day after day. And it all starts with understanding what really matters. Learn more at GreatSouthernBank.com. Member FDIC.
Let Shelter Insurance take you to the zoo this football season. And we don't mean the zoo with the animals and the cotton candy. We're talking about the ZOU with the Mizzou Tigers. Contact a Shelter Insurance agent, and they'll register you for a chance to win 2 tickets to a Tiger home football game this season. Only Shelter agents can register you, so call, email, or drop by for your chance to win. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com/Mizzou and register to win 2 tickets to the zoo.
The Mizzou Tigers are powered by soy. From the biodiesel buses that get our players to the game to the heart-healthy soyleic soybean oil used right here in stadium concessions. Both innovations born at the University of Missouri with support from the Missouri Soybean Merchandising Council. From the back 40 to Faroe, Missouri Soybeans is driving innovation far beyond the field. For more farmer-led projects, visit mosoy.org. This message is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
As the parent of an athlete, you've got to give them every advantage possible. And if your child wants to play at the highest level of their sport, they should be training with 2 people who played at the highest level of theirs. Introducing API Project Fitness and their sports performance program. Certified in training athletes from 5 to 18 plus. API Project Fitness teaches athletes to be more explosive, more mobile, and will teach your athlete how to excel both on and off the field. Find your fire. ProjectFitnessAPI.com.
Hey, Tiger fans. Brewpub Lots and Matzo Pizzas are your game day go-to. Loaded with award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese and, of course, bombarded with high-quality meat and veggie toppings. Enjoy a delicious pizza game day at the stadium or cook up a Brewpub Lots and Matzo Pizza from the lovely confines of your own home without missing a play. Plus, new this season to the Brewpub lineup, the Brewpub Patriot Pizza that gives back to local heroes through the Tunnel of Towers Foundation. Great pizza for a greater cause and available at your local grocery store.
Tiger Talk brought to you by Shelter Insurance, ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction for auto insurance in the Central Region by J.D. Power. 7 in the last 8 years. We're your shield, we're your shelter. Central Bank is the only place for Tiger checking. Make sure you open it today. www.centralbank.net. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, Josiah Trotter and also Jamal Roberts will be with us. Coach Drink is with us until about 7:30. Missouri in action coming up Saturday night at 6:30, the 114th edition of Homecoming at Mizzou as the Tigers host the Minutemen of UMass.
Got that background music.
Background music's kind of
call to the columns, the 114th.
Voice it over. Keep going. That's
Homecoming.
good. Put a little rap to it.
I'm not doing that.
I want to talk a little bit about Connor Wesselman.
Yeah, the punter.
The punter.
Drop kicker.
When did you find out he could drop kick?
Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday at practice. He was dorking around before practice.
Dorking around?
Yeah.
Is that a common practice among kickers?
Yeah, that's all they do the whole time, I'm pretty sure. What I describe dorking around is when they're doing something I have no idea what they're doing, and they're not really – it's not very intense. So – but he was dorking around before practice and drop kicking a ball. And I said, hey, why don't you come over here and see if we said 8 was to the right, could you drop kick it to the left? And he did it. And then I said, well, what if we said it was to the left? Could you do it to the right? And he did it. And then I was like, let's do it again. So we probably did like 6.
Yeah.
He's like, Coach, my leg's getting a little tired. I'm like, what else are you going to do, man? So
you couldn't stand on the sidelines.
Yeah, so then I had Coach Link watch it, and he was like, okay. And then Thursday we walked through it. And then Friday we did it again. And then after the first return almost got housed on us, but Nick Rodriguez did a great thing. I said, hey, man, let's go to the drop kick guy. And it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. He did it 6 times in the game for an average of about 51.7 yards per kick. But
yeah.
I'm just, again, the first kick, Oliver, the thought going in, knowing what Nick Harbor did the week before against Vanderbilt, almost going 109 yards with a kickoff. Just walk us through what the approach was going in before you decided to go in that direction.
The first thing was I told our team, we ain't scared of these guys. We're going to kick it to him. And then when he started running, I was like, well, all right, I lied. We're a little bit scared of these guys. But no, the first thing was we were going to cover the kick. And then after that, it was we got the lead, and it was like, let's not – and I knew our defense was kicking their – we were doing okay. And so it was like, let's not give them anything. Let's make them earn it. And so, I knew we were sacrificing a little bit of yardage. There's a little bit of an element. I was surprised they were able to field it as well as they did. But we figured, hey, if the average starting field position was 30-yard line, so for us it was a fair trade. They weren't going to be able to set up their return because they didn't know which side the ball was going to go to. So that was a huge benefit for us.
Robbie Meyer comes in and delivers the game winner to seal the game. 40 yards. It's the longest kick of his career.
Yeah.
Did not have a great week.
No.
Leading up. How proud were you of the young man for stepping in those circumstances?
So here's how that went. On the first down, I said, hey, we're going for it, Curb. Let's get to 4th and 3 or less. We're not kicking this. And then first down didn't go very well. And then I said, okay, well, it's all right. We'll run the quarterback second down, and it didn't go very well. So then I was like, well, let's run the reverse right here, and it's going to pop. And it should have, and he got tackled. So then I turned to Link and said, hey, we're kicking it. And Link said, well, we can't put Oliver out as his first career kick. I said, well, Robbie can hit it then, can he? And he was like, yeah. So I was like, let's do it. And Robbie just kind of trotted out there. I mean, I don't know if y'all talked to him. He looks like the same like he did today. It just didn't bother him.
Yeah, no big deal. California kid. And just kind of, the interesting thing is that during practice, you will get on kickers. I mean, you'll make it uncomfortable for them before, right? I mean,
well,
tell these.
Yeah, we talk a lot of trash, but now today we did it on Tuesday crossover. After the offensive series, we have a series of 4 kicks. And the defense comes out, and they get right next to them.
Right.
And they say some things that make me blush. And they have to kick. And so I think Robbie was just pleased there wasn't any defensive players yelling at him before the kick,
Yeah, absolutely.
But I told him today, if he misses another field goal, I'm going to be yelling at him during the extra points. So we were on top of it today.
More with the coach coming up next on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Black and gold season never ends at the Tiger Team Store. Gear up for game day with the largest official selection of black and gold gear and gifts. From the latest Mizzou SEC gear to everything you need for your tailgate. The Tiger Team Store is your store for all things Mizzou. The Tiger Team Store has moved and is now located inside Mizzou Arena. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. with extended hours on game day or online at TigerTeamStore.com. It's always black and gold season at the Tiger Team Store.
Addison's restaurants are great local spots to visit before or after all Mizzou home games. Addison's has 2 locations to choose from in Southwest and downtown Columbia. Addison's features a full bar with over 20 beers on tap, including local brewers, and of course their famous Nachos Bianco. So, before or after the game, stop by Addison's. View the full menu online for both locations at addisonsgrill.com. It's time to get back into routine that focuses on you. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness. Escape reality in the indoor saltwater pool. Detox from the saunas or heat things up with our hot yoga. Wilson's is here to support you, motivate you, and help smash your goals with group fitness classes, personal coaching, and endless amenities. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness in Columbia. Visit them at wilsonsfitness.com.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, does Toyota Tundra have heart-pounding horsepower? Truck yeah. Is Tacoma style for the wild and as rugged as it comes? Truck yeah. And the 4Runner, tough as nails, ready for any trail? Truck yeah it is. Find your Toyota truck at Toyota.com. Put adventure in gear and floor it. Toyota, let's go places.
Whether you're heading out for a weekend getaway or traveling after a big win, Columbia Regional Airport makes travel easy. Skip the stressful drive on I-70. Fly American or United with nonstop service to Denver, Dallas, or Chicago, and you're just one stop away from anywhere. Proud to be the official airport of the Mizzou Tigers. See you in the skies. See you at COU, Columbia Regional Airport. Visit flycou.com to learn more.
Go inside Mizzou football with the Inside Mizzou Athletics Podcast.
Josiah Trotter.
I'm going to be a physical player. I'm going to set the tone. I'm going to be a leader within that defense. I'm going to try my best to not only elevate my game, but my teammates.
I'm Odd Hardy.
My grandpa said I was riding horses with him when I was like 3, 4, or 5 years old. When I got enough money to get my own, I went and got 3 of them.
Subscribe today to the Inside Mizzou Athletics Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Original content plus replays of Tiger Talk and more. The Inside Mizzou Athletics Podcast, presented by Shelter Insurance.
Tiger Talk on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield, from Harpo's in downtown Columbia. I'm Mike Kelly. Coach Drinkwitz is alongside. Coming up in our next segment, we will introduce you to Josiah Trotter and also to Jamal Roberts. Thanks to Harpo's, the host of Tiger Talk here in downtown Columbia, staple downtown since 1971, a new food menu. You can check out their daily specials and also the expanded space to host your next event. Well, the SEC released today future schedules for 26 and 27, and also who your common opponent will be. Missouri knows it's going to be Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. The schedule in 2026 in the SEC, first year of the 9-game schedule. Home against Texas A&M, home against Oklahoma, at Arkansas, home against Florida, home against Kentucky, home against Texas, at Georgia, at Ole Miss, at Mississippi State.
You missed one. I think we host the Chiefs, too, week 11. Dog.
Then if you felt that way about 26, in 2027.
Easy, brother, easy. We ain't promised tomorrow. So I would say the 2026, though, I mean, that's going to be a heck of a way to open up our new stadium.
Yes.
I mean, that's 5 really cool home games. When you're talking about A&M, OU, Florida, Texas, Kentucky, I mean, what a great opportunity for our fan base and for our team. And, if I'm you and I got a little extra money laying around, I'd probably buy a suite for those. You know what I'm saying? And if you need to, see Eric over here.
I'm talking about my suite's paid for.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe you got some friends.
Yeah.
But, no, it's going to be fine. It is what it is. There's not an easy game in the SEC. That went away when everybody had NIL instead of just a few of them illegally having NIL. So now that we all got it, man, everybody's got really good players, and it's a real challenge. But, man, I mean, that's such a long way away. I'm trying to figure out how to beat UMass.
We're going to talk about the Minutemen, but first I want to ask you this. You're 1/3 of the season through already.
Oof.
Think about it. 1/3 of the season through.
Yeah.
Just a thought on your team 4 games in.
Yeah, I am proud of this football team's competitive fight and competitive spirit. I think that's really, to me, has shown up. They've been ready to play each game. It hasn't been perfect, but they've always fought to maintain the identity of what we want to have, which is be able to run the ball, stop the run, and cover kicks. They're always willing to be coached. We faced a little adversity this week. We faced a little adversity last week. Nothing really phases them. I think that's a tribute to the leadership on the team, and not just the captains, all the leaders. I think you're going to visit with two really strong leaders on our football team tonight. I think Josiah and Jamal do a great job of keeping everybody steady. And as long as they're steady, everybody else stays steady with them.
I want to give you a note that I think is very impressive, because I know how much you put into finishing the first half the right way and finishing the game correctly, and how much goes into the fourth quarter. Through 4 games, you're outscoring opponents in the second quarter 68-24. In the fourth quarter, through 4 games, you're outscoring opponents 53-13. Those are impressive numbers.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah.
But, just like anything, we're a quarter or a third of the way, and the real challenges lie ahead.
Right.
And so we need to take this approach, learn from it, continue. I don't like that 28 number in the second quarter. So we still got work to do, and we went outside today in the rain to practice because we needed to enhance our focus and face some challenges and use some practice execution game day reality with some bad weather football and stuff like that. So, I thought those guys might throw the bit a little bit. They didn't. They just went right out there and attacked it. So I'm pleased with those guys for that.
I love what you said today earlier when you said we have to avoid entitlement.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that.
Well, I just think when you start winning, everything seems like people should owe you, or you should be able to park where you want, or maybe it's not as important to take off your jewelry when you go to practice, or maybe I don't have to put my knee braces on. No, you got to do the same things that got you there. We talk about all the time, winning doesn't negotiate. It costs what it costs. And so, as a team, as a program, as a fan base, we have to pay the price to win. And what you did last week has nothing to do with this week. What you do this week matters. How you focus on Toughness Tuesday. How do you show up with Winning Wednesday? Do you put the same amount of time in? Are you still committed regardless of the opponent? And we talk, you gotta disassociate yourself from the outcome. And you got to put all that you have in it, and knowing the outcome is uncertain.
What jumps off the tape when you watch UMass?
I think this freshman quarterback's got a really good arm. I think their running back, who's a transfer from Vandy, had 300-yard rushing games at Vandy in 2021. He can really play. He's got great speed, vision. Defensively, they're a defensive head coach, so they've got an identity and culture on the defensive side of the ball. I think these guys are hungry. They haven't had the success they want, but there's no quit in them. I mean, they blocked a punt versus Iowa. And they've had a bye week to kind of put it together, figure it out. I promise you, they've scouted our weaknesses. They know that 40 doesn't do a great job in zone coverage. They know he'll bite down on that under stuff. So, they know Jamal doesn't always stay on the right track. So they're going to try to get him, with a little penetration early. So they know what our weaknesses is. It's going to be about us attacking them. And not waiting to see what they want to do. It's about us setting the tone and attacking them early in the game.
Tell them what you've received today in a box that dates back to the start of homecoming at Missouri.
Yeah, today I received the original game ball from the 1911 Kansas versus Missouri homecoming game that was presented to Chester Brewer. And so it was a pretty awesome thing. Shared it with the team, showed those guys. We're a part of a really special tradition here, and what we do matters this game.
Blessed to have you here, buddy. Keep it up.
M-I-Z.
Z-O-U. Eliah Drinkwitz, and I'm Mike Kelly. When we come back, Josiah Trotter and Jamal Roberts on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
As the parent of an athlete, you've got to give them every advantage possible. And if your child wants to play at the highest level of their sport, they should be training with two people who played at the highest level of theirs. Introducing API Project Fitness and their sports performance program. Certified in training athletes from 5 to 18 plus. API Project Fitness teaches athletes to be more explosive, more mobile, and will teach your athlete how to excel both on and off the field. Find your fire. ProjectFitnessAPI.com.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You could call it swagger. You could call it a vibe. You could call it confidence. You could call it cool. Or you could call it exactly as it is, Tiger Pride. Show your Mizzou spirit with the Tiger Checking Card, only from Central Bank. Sign up today at tigerchecking.com. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Let Shelter Insurance take you to the zoo this football season. And we don't mean the zoo with the animals and the cotton candy. We're talking about the ZOU with the Mizzou Tigers. Contact a Shelter Insurance agent, and they'll register you for a chance to win 2 tickets to a Tiger home football game this season. Only Shelter agents can register you, so call, email, or drop by for your chance to win. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com/Mizzou and register to win 2 tickets to the zoo.
The Missouri Laborers Union and their contractors build our communities. Chances are your church, school, grocery store, or gas station was built by contractors using union laborers. They take great pride in their work and accomplishments and love to go by an old project and say, I built that. The men and women of the Missouri Laborers Union and their contractors, taking pride in building our communities. Go to buildunion.com for more information. That's buildunion.com.
This Tiger season is guaranteed to be jam-packed with big hits, the timely blitz, and the tight window fits. Touchdown! So you need a pizza that'll be there for all the big moments. You need a Brewpub Latza Matza Pizza. As a proud partner of Mizzou Athletics, Brewpub pizzas are built to win and made with the hungry in mind. Produced in the cheese-loving state of Wisconsin, Brewpub Latza Matza Pizzas are loaded with award-winning mozzarella cheese. So sack one today from your local retailer and make game day memorable.
We continue from Harpo's in downtown Columbia. They partner with the Tigers and the Food Bank, the official charitable partner of Mizzou Athletics. Visit scoreagainsthunger.org to learn more about the Score Against Hunger campaign presented by MPICS. Save the date for this year's Taste of the Tigers event. We'll be broadcasting there coming up from the Columns Club on Tuesday, November the 4th. Shelter Insurance can take you to the zoo this season. Find an agent near you, shelterinsurance.com/Mizzou. They will register you for a chance to win 2 tickets to a Tiger home game during the 2025 season. He's a redshirt sophomore running back from St. Louis, Missouri. Please welcome Mr. Jamal Roberts, ladies and gentlemen. And a redshirt sophomore linebacker from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Mr. Josiah Trotter. Axeman indeed. Great to see you guys. Appreciate having you on the show and you guys taking time out of your schedules to come here. It's hard to imagine we're already 1/3 of the way through the football season. Josiah, through the first 4 games, just give me a thought on this football team.
Yeah, it's been great. You know, we try to say not 1/3 because, you know, we believe we can play 16 games this season. Mm-hmm. So we try to speak that in existence, and we try to say 16 games, say a quarter at least. But it's been great getting here since December, coming in with a lot of these guys and, you know, just executing each day.
Okay, 16 is the goal. Your thoughts through the first 4? Jamal?
I'll say just putting all the hard work during fall camp, just seeing it show on the field. We've been very dominant in what we do, executing every play, and just staying 1-0.
There's a variety of different things that I want to talk to both of you guys about, but I want to talk to you, Josiah, to begin with about your arrival here. You started at West Virginia. You got into the portal. You were looking for something. What was it?
Yeah, I was just looking for a home, somewhere I felt comfortable, where I could elevate my game, put a lot of things I wanted on film. Just obviously everyone wants to get to the next level. But other than that, just finding somewhere that felt like home. I felt comfortable within the coaching staff, the players around, and I could go there and thrive.
When did you know that Mizzou was home?
When I got on campus, really.
Really? Elaborate on that. Explain that.
So, like, when I was at Washington, before that, I went to Washington. It was like an 8-hour flight all the way across the country. So, like, you know, it was a good visit, but I didn't want to be that far from home. And, you know, when I was going to Mizzou, they had, I don't know what happened. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but, like, our Uber to the airport, it wasn't pulling up. So then we had to call another Uber ourselves, get to the airport. We almost missed the flight for our visit to Mizzou. Then we finally get to Mizzou. And then when we just got there, all the coaches just came out, you know, just from staff, the coaches, nutritionists, everybody came out, just say hello, and like, you just felt the love right away. And then just seeing the town, seeing the place, you know, the love that they have for the football team, you know, that meant a lot to me.
Jamal, for you, the easiest thing after the first 2 seasons here that you could have done, the easiest thing you could have done is jumped in the portal, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't. You knew this was the place. Why was it important for you to remain and be a part of this brotherhood?
I just say the brotherhood, like you just spoke on it, like it's real strong, and that foundation that I was brought to in 23 with that 23 class, it stuck with me, and a lot of guys just showed me the way, and I seen a vision that I seen before I had committed here, that I wanted to be a part of the brotherhood. I want to be a part of the winning tradition and just change the program around.
Josiah, people talk about that, and players talk about it consistently, and obviously we all believe it, the existence of it, how strong it is, the bonds. For you coming in, how long did it take you to feel like you were a part of that brotherhood?
Maybe like a week and a half, not even, a couple of days. You know, as soon as I got on campus, you know, not everybody was maybe doing the workouts with us, so you didn't get a chance to get a real, you know, feel for all the guys in the locker room, because it was really just the transfers working out together. And, you know, we kind of got on campus. A lot of transfers, we got close pretty quick. I remember, like, you know, me, Bo, like Johnny, a couple other guys that transferred in. We just went to Buzz to get some food, and just kind of just getting to know each other, talk about life. You know, me and Bo knowing each other since my sophomore year of high school, playing him in the state championship game, all the way to college, playing him last year at Penn State. So it was pretty cool kind of get to know each other, and then finally get in the locker room, get to know a lot of those guys, and then them just welcome us, and just it was just took off after that.
Who won the state championship game?
Oh, we did. Oh, yeah. It was a blowout. Yeah.
And you reminded him of that, or did he need to?
Oh, yeah, I definitely reminded him about that, yeah.
Okay. Did he flip the script last year?
Oh, yeah. Since they beat us at our place at West Virginia, you know, he kind of reminded me a little bit of that. But, you know, I was able to get him on one of the plays, so, you know, it's all good.
Jamal, you played recruiter at the end of the season. You reached out to somebody who you said you have been close to since the Sandbox, and reached out to KC to get Kevin Coleman Jr. to come here. What was that conversation like? How did it go?
Kev already wanted to come to Mizzou. He's a true son.
You hear it in his voice. I mean, when he was on a couple of weeks ago, you could tell how much he's become, how much he's invested in this program, and how much he's enjoyed being a part of it. But again, when you reached out to him, what was your message to him?
I just tell him to come home. Like, we always need players. We always come, you know, improve every day. And I knew he could bring his skills, his ability, his leadership to our team and help us out to win the Natty.
Yeah, you guys won a state championship back in high school at St. Mary's, and obviously that's a very, very proud program in the city of St. Louis. What makes it so special?
From the coaches, the family, the staff, the teammates. Like, it's a brotherhood like we have in the Mizzou locker room, but it's at St. Mary's at the high school level. And just playing with Kev and playing with the guys back at home, it was just so, like, it was well loved, and we bought in to the same thing. Like, we all was going, like, we was all moving in one direction. It was no selfishness, and that's what kind of, like, carried on to Mizzou. That's what made me feel at home.
Jamal Roberts, Josiah Trotter are with us. Tiger Talk from Harpo's in downtown Columbia. We're back after this on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Black and gold season never ends at the Tiger Team Store. Gear up for game day with the largest official selection of black and gold gear and gifts. From the latest Mizzou SEC gear to everything you need for your tailgate. The Tiger Team Store is your store for all things Mizzou. The Tiger Team Store has moved and is now located inside Mizzou Arena. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. with extended hours on game day. Or online at TigerTeamStore.com. It's always black and gold season at the Tiger Team Store.
You work hard to keep your car running and your home safe, so it only makes sense to keep them protected with a company that has your interest at the heart of what they do. That's why turning to Country Financial for your car and home insurance is an easy choice. Country Financial has been providing insurance and protecting families like yours for 100 years. That's the kind of stability you can trust. Our dedicated reps live and work in your communities and are ready to connect you to get you the insurance that fits your needs. Get more from your car and home insurance at countryfinancial.com.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Addison's restaurants are great local spots to visit before or after all Mizzou home games. Addison's has 2 locations to choose from in Southwest and downtown Columbia. Addison's features a full bar with over 20 beers on tap, including local brewers, and of course their famous Nachos Bianco. So, before or after the game, stop by Addison's. View the full menu online for both locations at addisonsgrill.com.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists. Shop the sales and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Marathon Building Environments is a premier provider of commercial furnishings, flooring, window treatments, as well as canopy and awnings. With over 35 years of experience, they are not just an extension of Kansas City or St. Louis. They are locally owned and operated in Columbia, Missouri. Visit Marathon Building Environments at marathonbe.com today and let them create the perfect workplace solutions for your business. Go Tigers, M-I-Z.
Tiger Talk from Harpo's in downtown Columbia. I'm Mike Kelly. Jamal Roberts and Josiah Trotter are with us until about 7:58. We're glad you're with us as well. Tailgates for the 25 football season available now. Go to Revel XP and have them set up your turnkey tailgate just steps away from Memorial Stadium. Tailgate spots filling up. Give them a call, 573-355-9572. 4 games in to your career at Missouri, 4 games into playing at Faurot Field. Just your thoughts on this home crowd that's now going to have 17 consecutive sellouts on Saturday.
Yeah, it's been great, to see the home games, even from the first game to see Central Arkansas. You would have thought we were playing Alabama. I came from the Big 12, and, the biggest, game we probably had was Pitt, for a rivalry game, and that was really like the biggest you've probably seen and hear, each and every single game, it's packed out, fans are loud, and, you can just feel the atmosphere, days before the game.
From a player's perspective, is there a difference? You've only played one SEC game, but is there a difference between the SEC and the Big 12? And if so, what is it that you've noticed?
I got that question asked a lot. It's hard to say nowadays because with the transfer portal, you get a lot of guys from the SEC going to these schools in the Big 12, so you do see some SEC guys in the Big 12 or guys because of NIL going to the Big 12. So I say the biggest difference that I saw was the depth. And, you see a 3 come in, he could start for some other schools. And a 2, he could start from some other schools. But in the Big 12, he didn't have that. So, when a starter got injured, there was a big drop-off, in the Big 12. So.
Sure.
But yeah,
Jamal, let's talk about NIL a little bit because it's obviously a blessing in all of your lives to be able to get paid for something that you love. Has it changed you at all?
No, it haven't changed me not one bit actually.
What has it allowed you to do?
It just allowed me to manage my money more. It opened a lot of doors for me as well, but it haven't changed me not even a bit.
Josiah, for you, your father was a great player at Stephen F. Austin, had an 11-year career in the NFL, played for a number of teams, including the Eagles. Your brother played at Clemson, was an All-American, won a Super Bowl with the Eagles last year. So you've got that DNA and experience in your bloodlines. How much has their experience helped you as you've started to deal with NIL and the opportunities that you have because of it?
Yeah, a lot. My dad was involved in obviously making sure that we just take care of money, saving, but also investing it into the right things. Him going through, the NFL for 12 years, he's been through the ups and downs and also knowing how to handle money, what to do with it. So he's been a big influence. Also my brother too, he's probably the only NFL player that stays at home with his parents. So he stays at home, he's 30 minutes away. Our high school was right there too. So it's like in high school when you just have to drive across the bridge. So yeah, the biggest thing he's always told us about saving our money, investing it, because, football's going to be over at some point. So you got to have something that you're going to do after the point and have something you have saved up so you can do what you want to do. And, if you have to work, you want to do it because you want to, not because you have to.
I take you away from the game. What is it that both of you like to do when you're not practicing, or you're not working out, or you're not going to class? What are some of the things that occupy your time?
I'll start. I like to go watch movies. Like in a movie theater.
Favorite genre?
Open genre. I can watch anything. Yeah. But I like to eat a lot. Go on, some little dates. And I like to catch up on my sleep a lot too as well.
Josiah, how about for you?
I'm actually I'm really big bowler. I like bowling a lot. Yeah.
Best score?
Yeah. I average maybe 175. My best game is like 220. So, and I got 5 bowling balls. So,
all right. So clearly, this isn't this is an addiction to the game of bowling. So, where did it begin?
So, when we first got here, I was going maybe 2-3 times a week with some of my close friends that are on the team. But really started in West Virginia when my old teammate, he's at Kansas now. So, but I'm.
Did you?
But. We've been knowing each other for a long time, so he actually put me on the bowling, and ever since then, I just kept going, getting better, and I kind of got addicted to it and just been bowling. I was going to join a league, but we had fall camp, so I couldn't even do it. But I'm going to try to go bowling during the bye week, though.
The question that everybody wants to know out there, though, do you have a personalized bowling shirt that you wear when you bowl?
Nah. I actually was trying to probably get one, but I have my own shoes. But I got my own shoes. I don't have the glove yet, but I just got the shoes and my own bowling balls right now.
Standard, just one hand roll the ball, or?
Nah, I go one hand. I go one hand, maybe 3 fingers in or 2 fingers in. It depends on the ball I'm using, really.
Outside of football, what's your addiction from a sports standpoint? Anything?
Not really. I don't play too many sports out. Yeah. Gaming probably.
Yeah.
I play the game a lot.
Are you any good?
Yeah.
You are good?
Yeah.
Would your friends agree with that assessment?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Do you talk a little grief while you're playing games?
Got to. You got to humble them.
You both have had people that have helped get you to where you are. So outside of your parents, who would be the people that have been the most influential in your life to lead you in the right direction to allow you to accomplish what you've accomplished to this point in time? Josiah, will you begin with that?
Yeah, besides people, I just say my relationship with God, that's something that's really grown for me since, my freshman year of college. And that's the biggest thing, just leaning on him, knowing that he's guiding my steps and just taking one day at a time and knowing that everything I have in front of me, he's already taken care of.
Is that when you became a Christian?
Yeah, I know. I was a Christian my whole life, but, everybody says they're a Christian, and they don't have a real relationship, and you got to really build that on your own. I feel like I really built my own relationship with God, my freshman year of college, went through a lot of adversity, lose my mom, tearing my knee up, so that really, when you go through adversity, you got nothing to lean on. The only thing you can lean on is God, so.
Absolutely. Yeah. Amen. How about for you, people that have influenced you and kept you on track?
I want to say I can't name a few. So I would say my village back at home. It definitely took a lot of people to get me where I need to be today. And I thank them and I give them a lot of credit still to this day. And also the man above, you just gotta give thanks to the man above. And but the village back at home, they definitely did what they need to do with me, for sure.
That is Jamal Roberts, also Josiah Trotters alongside. We're going to continue from Harpo's after this on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
From Faroe to Drinkwitz, from Wilder to Schrader, Mizzou fans have always dreamed big, and River Region and Missouri Credit Union helped make those dreams real. Now, we're teaming up as Multiply Credit Union, proud to be the official credit union of Mizzou Athletics. We're expanding across the state, bringing more resources to more fans than ever before. The name is new, but our roots run deep in Mizzou history. Multiply Credit Union, official credit union of Mizzou Athletics.
Oh, did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Tiger Talk continues from Harpo's in downtown Columbia. Gentile is now the apparel provider of the Mizzou Radio Network. Check out their new collection of Mizzou apparel at gentileapparel.com or at Bingham's in downtown Columbia the next time you're in town for a game, like Saturday when Missouri hosts UMass for the 114th edition of Homecoming at Old Mizzou. 17th consecutive sellout will be on hand for the 6:30 kickoff against the Minutemen. Final segment with linebacker Josiah Trotter and also running back Jamal Roberts. You mentioned your friend Trey Latham, who transferred from West Virginia to the school to the West. Just curious, in your first experience for both of you of that rivalry, what'd you learn about Missouri and Kansas in that game and that rivalry?
Just the hate that Missouri has for Kansas. You know, when I first got here, you know, when he actually decided he was going to transfer to Kansas, we've been talking about the game for like months because, you know, we were going to finally play each other and everything like that. So we were talking about the game for months, and then to finally like get here and, you know, learn about the rivalry and just what it meant to the state of Missouri and, you know, just the hate that they had. You know, I'm coming from a school where West Virginia hated Pitt, so I'm used to really big rivalries as well. You know, the hate that West Virginia had for Pitt, I still hate Pitt to this day, you know, being at West Virginia. So, you know, I watched the game when they beat Pitt, and, you know, just so they could beat them. But, you know, I'm used to rivalries, you know, so, but it meant a lot to, you know, what it meant to this state, especially to get the win.
Jamal Roberts, when you took the ball and hit the left sideline and sailed 63 yards in the end zone to put to sleep KU, what was going through your mind as you crossed the goal line?
I can't get caught. I can't get caught. Got to put him to bed. Yep.
And the rivalry for you, what did you learn about it in that brief experience?
It definitely was a real rivalry. Like Troy said, definitely hate Kansas. Like nothing more to say about that. And just playing against them, like I could feel it. Like the game was very exciting, very fun to play in. But like, yeah.
You've been on a lot of teams, as have you.
Mm-hmm.
How close is this team compared to other teams that you've been on? Josiah, begin with that, please.
Yeah, I mean, really close. You know, in today's age, you know, there's a lot of times where you can be selfish, you know, just say me, or, you know, money can be involved. And I say, like, you know, we don't have those issues. You know, guys are really close. You know, guys hang on each other outside of the facility. You know, that's the biggest thing, you know, you see from our group is that we all hang out outside the facility, try to do things and communicate. But I feel like we're really close, and it just shows on the football field.
Jamal, how much did Harmon's and that experience of going there, how much of a factor is that playing on the bond that's been established with this group?
It definitely played a big role, like just bringing the brotherhood together. Like we brought in a lot of transfers, like Tri and Keegan, JC. Like we brought a lot of transfers in, and I didn't know them myself, and I've been here for 3 years. And I went on a trip, and it really opened up a lot of our guys' eyes on the trip, like how thankful we are back at home, and not even just being thankful, just how much we need each other as well. And that was an amazing trip, and I thank Trink for bringing me on that.
Josiah, for you, what were some of the things that you found yourself being grateful for, having been a part of that experience?
Yeah, just having family and loved ones. One of the days we went to the infirmary where, a lot of people were just dropped off by their family, where maybe they had a mental illness or they lost some body parts, whatever the case is, and they just had nobody left. They had no family members that came to check up on them or just anyone to talk to. So I was just grateful for the fact to have family, loved ones, but also, too, for health, because at the same time, too, I remember going to the infirmary. There's a guy there who lost his leg and, had a back issue, and he was praying for us. We're going to there, try to talk to them, try to create a relationship and just pray for them. And, the fact that he was praying for us and hoping that, we were going to be well, be healthy, that just changed my whole perspective of just, life isn't all about you. It's about other people, the well-being of other people. And it also taught me how to pray for other people, not just for myself. So that was a big thing I took away from it.
Jamal, what does it say about the makeup of your head coach that he would find an opportunity like this in the preseason to use as a teaching and a bonding experience for his football team?
I mean, it's more than just playing football. Like, we got life situations that we deal with every day, and just to go share like our time with the people in Harmons for about a week, I feel like we definitely needed that.
When you look at your offense and its ability to run the football right now, averaging through the 4 games almost 300 yards on the ground rushing, how much better as an offense can you be from an execution standpoint moving forward? Again, just 4 games, early snapshot, but 4 games in, how much better can you be?
Like I said, there's always room for improvement. Like, we could be a lot better. Like, we could execute a lot more, we could dominate a lot more, and we can go all the way with it.
Curtis Looper, the running backs coach, right, who keeps you guys all together. What's it like playing for Coach Loop on a daily basis?
Man, it's fun playing with Coach Loop, man. He understands us as running backs, and we do a lot of stuff. We talk a lot of stuff. We talk a lot of, day-to-day stuff, a lot of football. But more than likely, like, he understands, like, sometimes we need, breaks and time, just on our legs and stuff like that. But outside of that, like, we just had spaghetti night for South Carolina, and like that's a bonding that we had we shared with the tight ends and stuff like that. So that's something that.
How about Coach Nicholson? Comes in, he's in his first season coaching the linebackers. Just what has that experience been like for you to work with him?
Yeah, it's been great, just getting to know him since he came here. So it was actually pretty, it was cool. So when I was in the portal, he was at Miami.
Yeah.
He was one of the first schools that hit me up. So I already knew Coach Nicholson when he came in. And, the linebackers coach here got fired, and Coach Nicholson came here. So it actually worked out pretty well. But it's been cool just getting to know him. It's not always about football. It's about life. Just our relationship with God, just how to be better men, just carrying ourselves on and off the football field, making sure we're getting our work done in class. So, he really takes care of us. He loves us. It's been great just continuing to just build that relationship with him, as a football player and as a person.
Here's the mark of a great coach, though, is it doesn't matter if it's Josiah Trotter or a redshirt freshman who's in that linebackers room. You're going to get coached equally as hard.
Yeah.
During camp, he got after you a few times, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a starting linebacker, if you're a walk-on. He's going to coach you just as hard. He's going to expect the same standard, whoever's in there. And, he always says if you're in there, you're with the first team. So treat it like you're with the first team. So, he's going to keep a standard with everyone the same.
Your team was impressive against Louisiana, right? Mm-hmm. A game sandwiched between a rival game and the opening of conference play. What's the mentality that you have to have coming into Saturday's game against UMass, who comes in winless on the season?
Yeah, just going to mindset that we got to go in there and dominate. We can't focus about next week, last week. Just take it one play at a time, one quarter at a time, and just go out there and dominate on 1/11. Everyone's got a job, and if everyone execute, it should go the way that we think we should. But we got to go with the mindset that each week, each game is a national championship game, and that they're trying to come into our territory to try to win.
Jamal, what's your message to your teammates?
Yeah, our opponents got to stay in the fight as well, like just how we do. So just stand 1-0, play our game, and just dominate up front. Like Coach Drink said, run the ball, stop the run, and cover kicks. That's our identity right there.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much. It's so great to see both of you.
Appreciate it.
Hope you enjoyed our conversation with Josiah Trotter and also with Jamal Roberts. The Tigers in action coming up on Saturday at 6:30. It's sold out for Field in Columbia, hosting UMass. It is the 114th edition of Homecoming at Old Mizzou. A reminder that the 17th consecutive sellout will be on hand to watch the Tigers and the Minutemen as they'll hook up for the second time ever, coming up at 6:30 this Saturday night. Our thanks to Jeremy Washington. Also, thanks to you for listening to Tiger Talk from Harpo's in downtown Columbia and on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.